know that some of the most famous Renaissance artists hated each other? Their names was Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Donatello. But Donatello was dead, so he's not here. First, let's talk about Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo, and their hatred for each other. It started when the Pope wanted all of them to paint a battle scene in Florence Town Hall. They both felt like this was an unspoken competition. The root to their rivalry can be traced back to their work in Vatican in 1508. While Michelangelo was at work on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, Raphael arrived in Rome and immediately began attracting attention and secretly admired Michelangelo to the point where he spied on him during the painting of the Sistine Chapel. On Michelangelo's side of the story, he saw that Raphael was watching the Sistine Chapel, and he thought he was plagiarizing him. But that was just the beginning. Even though their rivalry was somehow unspoken, that didn't stop them from competing with each other, fighting. But life wasn't easy for them either, looking tired. In fact, Michelangelo was cruelly abused by his patrons. Pope Julius sent him to Carrara for 8 months to get marbles for his tomb, then canceled the project. But by the time Raphael came into town, he gained lots of popularity, showing some influence from Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. He gained a lot of his popularity from Pope Leo, who was one of Michelangelo's biggest patrons. Because Raphael saw Michelangelo as a competitor, when he painted the School of Athens, he painted Michelangelo as a grumpy, lonely man, a way of declaring his competition feelings towards him. Going back to Michelangelo, another one of his projects that the Pope asked him was weighted, and at the time was a 3 times life-size bronze statue, which part of it had a redroof of cracks. In total, it took him about 14 months to finish it, just to have it turned into a cannon for war 4 years later. But later, after the Sistine Chapel was painted, an ambassador mistakenly announced the Sistine Chapel has been decorated by Raphael, had painted the Sistine Chapel, when it should have been Michelangelo's moment of glory, and yet his rival Raphael was getting all the attention. Raphael was not the only reason for his rivalry, and why he was exceeding in popularity. Michelangelo's difficult personality played a part too. Unlike the easygoing Raphael, Michelangelo was regarded as a solitary curmudgeon who has stormy relationships with his patrons and assistants. Later on, Raphael died at 34. His extravagant funeral was attended by huge crowds. He was buried with a great pomp in a marble sarcophagus in the Pantheon. Many tributes were given to Raphael's tomb, but none came from his rival Michelangelo. Soon after, Michelangelo would soon write a letter talking about how Raphael plagiarized him, complaining that everything Raphael I knew from his art was copied from himself. Now Michelangelo didn't just have Raphael as one of his only rivals. Leonardo was his too. Remember how Michelangelo and Raphael battled in Florence Town Hall? Well, Leonardo was there too. Surprising, the one who won out of all of them was Raphael, even though elder artists were competing, including Leonardo da Vinci. In fact, lots of people thought Michelangelo was copying Leonardo once so many of Michelangelo's sketches look similar to Leonardo's, but even though their sketches may look similar, there was a lot of differences between them. Michelangelo preferred to paint more masculine, in a masculine pose. Michelangelo has made a sculpture of a horse where the animal looks furious, ready for battle, whereas Leonardo's sculpture of a horse looks friendly and calm. Unlike Michelangelo, Leonardo preferred to paint on the more feminine side. Leonardo was in love with nature. Hence, his paintings are full of light, viability.
This concludes our project on the circle of hate between Michelangelo, Leonardo, and Raphael.